Download the app from the App and Play Store.
Sunny, welcome to Sunrise Radio. How are you?
Fine.
Good,
Great.
good. Congratulations on the humongous success of GADAR 2. Dubai just has happened. It was the promotions have been really big poster release. So tell me how Dubai was for you.
Well, it was nice. It was really lovely going to Dubai, and because the earlier GADAR had not released there, so this was the first one which was released there, and it was. This film is doing the same everywhere. People are loving the whole thing, and they're coming and celebrating. I'm interacting with everyone, which feels so good because they feel nice. They say, oh, how come he's here? And I feel nice because I get to feel them, what they have, what they're watching, and how they're feeling at that moment. Because it's that moment which makes the magic. After that, one won't even know about it. So I'm trying to enjoy the moment, and there was a senior lady, maybe I'm not so sure how old she was, but she was pretty old. She's shouting at Sunny Deol Zindabad, and just went and hugged her, and I hugged her and hugged her. So it's a love and affection which I'm kind of
soaking in.
Yeah.
Now, the charisma of Sunny Deol. You just mentioned this lady, the charisma in so many years. I mean, how do you sustain that in a time like today?
Well, I don't know how do you do that. All I know it is there. I have no idea, but I'm happy it's all there. And I've always never thought about numbers, because that's what basically everybody says, you're so old. I said, I never, whenever, whatever age it was, I never took it. You don't think about it because your brain doesn't think you're older or getting older. You're not bothered about it. But of late, because the way the world functions, everything has to be underlined and spoken about. So I said, okay, but I do whatever a normal youngster can do. I do all those things, so I'm not bothered about it.
When you did the first one, did you think that there was ever going to be a sequel to it at the time?
No, not really. Because that film by itself was a complete film. It had a complete story. It had everything in it. It didn't need an extension to that. So one never thought about it. I never thought this could happen. And when they would discuss about making it, I would say no, because how are we going to do it? What are we going to do? How are we going to take it? I don't see a route. I'm not seeing any seeding which you're giving me, which makes me believe that. And I don't want people to get, just for the sake of doing it, we shouldn't do it. So that was the reason it took us so many years, because I was not for it till during the COVID time when you were all sitting idle. Is the time when the director and Anushka Arora and writer Shakti Manji, they came up with this idea, and
they convinced you.
Yeah, they convinced me.
At a time where there's a lot of social media now, there's, like you said, everyone, you've got to talk about it, there's opinions, there's everything. How is it different for you when you started out, where there was none of this 100 crore club, there was none of the social media, but today it must be quite different for you?
It is. I mean, the whole world is evolving. I mean things are changing so much, and that's the way the world is right now. I mean, one has seen the decades, and one has seen the physicalities of things disappearing, music, records, CDs, and the cell phones, and there were no phones, and now everything is in a phone. It's your camera, it's your computer, it's everything. So one has seen all these changes go through, and obviously technology is always used and misused, and that is going to keep happening because there are all sort of people. And definitely that time the life was more peaceful and relaxed, because you don't have to. You did a film, you went to another film, you didn't have to go running around to make an event about it. And now, and that's what we never bothered what was happening. Now when you're doing a film, and then the amount of energy you have to spend reaching out to everyone, then you start getting conscious about the film, and you start getting worried about the film. You go, so this is so important, it has to make it, which we never thought about at that time. So that is the kind of a pressure which unknowingly goes round and reaches its peak. And that's something I don't like, but that's a reality.
It is what it is, right?
That's what the reality is.
Did you think doing this movie was going to be a risk for you?
No, I've never bothered about risks and all those things, because I don't know what is a risk. I mean, it has to be difficult. It has to be something that only you enjoy doing it, and that's the way I have been. I've always never bothered about the difficulties of anything. The more difficult, the more I enjoy it, because it's. I mean, there's nothing that's impossible. I'm a believer of that. You have to make an attempt and you have to go on. Maybe you might fail, but you move around somewhere else, but you don't give up.
And post this movie, how are you choosing your scripts, projects, things that are coming your way?
I think I'm going to be very careful.
There's even more added pressure.
God has really taken care of me, and I don't want to mess it up. And the people out there who are coming for me and they're enjoying me, and I want to give them cinema which they want on the big silver screen. I want to do those kind of films which they will, where they can go and dream and have fun rather than do anything else. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be very careful.
Of course, both of your sons are now doing movies. What is the advice that you give them, because it's so different today?
I always tell them, it's your journey, beta. I mean, like, I came in, it was my journey. Obviously, I'm Mr. Dharmender's son, the greatest of the greatest. But that's it. That's your liability, that's your asset, whatever you may take it. Because out there on the screen, it's you who's going to do everything. It's your dad can't come into you and become somebody. It's you who has to make your path over there. And I've been fortunate enough to achieve my own path and achieve whatever I have achieved. And so I tell my kids, don't worry. I mean, as a father, I'm very worried, because a father is always worried about his children,
of course.
because they are, they are your soul, they are your life, they are everything. So you're so worried about them. But then the fact is that you can't do anything about it. I mean, if something happens, if they fall down, you're there to give them support, but you can't make a career for them. You can't lead a life for them. So it is their journey. And I mean, the environment in which we all live. So I think we can all face all these things, and that's the beauty of life, basically. It's a journey.
And which other characters of yours would you like to revisit?
I don't know. There are quite a lot of characters which I've done which were very iconic. They became iconic.
Yes.
And somehow I wouldn't mind revisiting them and taking them ahead, provided the story is right and can enhance that the vulnerability of that character into another script where it can again raise himself up wherever it is. It will be fun doing them, but God knows. Let's see.
And will you produce movies?
No, I'm not going to be producing or directing anymore.
No?
Not at all. I've had enough of it. I came in as an actor, and I want to stick being an actor, because when you do so many things, you have so many caps on you. I mean, a man should just do one job, whatever he's good at.
Yeah, totally. And Sunny, a final message for your UK fans, viewers who are going to be listening to this and watching this?
Nothing. You'll see my films and we keep talking about India, Pakistan, this and that. That's all gibberish. We are all one. We all it's just an entertainment, and a lot of people take it the other way around, and that's not what it is. We are global. We are for everyone, and मतलब सबको बोलता हम है उसी मिट्टी के हैं हम सब, कोई अलग नहीं है. So let there be harmony and peace, and don't get provoked about anything. And lots of love to everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Download the app from the App and Play Store.